This is one of my favorite sprint workouts, to start from the ground and get moving, and then get up to our feet and get explosive. Starting on the ground with these shin box rotations, big thing here is keeping our posture nice and upright. I like to pivot on my heels, really exploring internal and external rotation of each hip, going back and forth. If you notice a spot that's a little bit more tight or tender, lean into it, load that posterior capsule, rotate a little bit, just trying to find issues, find little places that have a little bit of a tension problem, a little bit of issues we have, and just kind of explore around, just kind of getting those hips moving from a ground-based setup. Next, extending that lever arm out a little bit. I'm gonna start from this number 4 position, thinking nice and tall with my posture. I'm gonna lift this leg up, getting some hip flexion, and from here, I'm gonna rotate this leg around, contouring around the ground. Once I break back into extension a little bit, I'm gonna break in the knee, kiss my knee to the ground, finding internal rotation, not letting that foot touch, lift that knee up, swing it back around, staying up nice and tall. Goal here is kind of keep my posture up as tall as I can, not bending over too much, but if you can't lift your leg up, we can regress and go elbow down to the ground. Next, I'm gonna go with these dynamic groin drifts. Big thing here is just changing the angle each rep. If I think about it like a clock, I'm gonna go off to 1 o'clock, I'm gonna go off to 2 o'clock, and I'm gonna go off to 3 o'clock, with the main goal of taking my pelvis towards my heel, drifting a little bit deeper each rep, just finding a new angle and exploring that tension. That webbing of that groin wraps quite a bit. A lot of tension in different places of our pelvis. Just want to make sure we're touching all of those angles before we open up. Next, we're going to get into those hip flexors a little bit more. We're going to go with dead bugs. I'm going to incorporate a little bit of breath work here. I'm going to go arms and legs straight up. I'm going to inhale through my nose, and I'm going to exhale on the leg drop. Pulling my toes towards my shin, lower back stays flush on the ground, actively pull it back up. We're gonna speed up those contractions a little bit with that dead bug, really try to input a little bit more force into those hip flexors. Same concept, but I'm gonna rapidly drop that leg now with a quicker exhale. Inhale through the nose. Control it up, inhale, exhale. Inhale up, exhale. Now we're gonna incorporate that 360 view of that core a little bit more. We're gonna go with a single leg posterior bridge with that leg whip. So I'm gonna drive my left heel into the ground, right leg's extended, and I'm just gonna lift and control it down. I'm driving through my left heel, controlling, really trying to make sure my pelvis doesn't tilt side to side, keeping it square to the ceiling. Now we're gonna go up to our feet with that same leg whip action, bringing a little bit of upper body into it. I'm gonna go up to the balls of my feet, and from here I'm gonna go back into hip extension a little bit, and I'm gonna go up and tap my toe. Find it, hands go behind me, big stretch, up toe. Drive it up toe. Make sure I get both sides, and then I'm gonna go for a leg whip laterally. So I'm gonna go same position, driving, creating tension with my upper body. Now I'm going frontal plane off to the side. I still like to stay up on the balls of my feet, and from here, going up to the side, across the body. Up to the side, across the body. Really trying to keep my toe going straight forward, not rotating it up to the ceiling. Make sure we get both sides there. Now I'm gonna start bouncing around on my feet, low-level plyos, easy off the ground to begin with. Just kind of finding a rhythm, staying on the ground a little bit longer, getting that elastic component of that lower leg, just bouncing around. From here, start working a little bit lateral, changing different inputs on the foot, on the ankle. Then I like to start to get into my groin a little bit. I'm gonna work a little bit wider, almost like a jumping jack style. So that was a little bit more of a longer ground contact time. Now I'm gonna go a little bit more violent, a little bit more aggressive with a shorter ground contact time. Got a tennis ball right here as a good example. That first movement is kind of like just kind of drop in, and now I'm going to actively attack the ground. That sort of response. Bringing that force up from the ground, really challenging that lower leg complex to bring that force right back up to me. Pulling my toes up each jump, and it's almost like I'm slapping my feet on the ground. Using my arms, create some momentum, give myself some rhythm. Pop, 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 pop. Let's get on the treadmill. Next, we're just up to our feet on a treadmill. If you want to go outside and do the same workout, that's perfectly fine. I'm just starting with a little casual walk, and we're going to build into a little bit of a jog. Nice and easy here on the jog, trying to really focus on the contact that my foot's making with it, letting my toes roll into extension, Good bounce in my upper body, feeling loose, really trying to control my breath at these low levels so that once I get heavier, I'm in a little bit more of control of what's going on with my arousal. Pelvis underneath my ribs, actively engage with what's going on with my core, not passively extending across that lower back, letting my feet get up in front of me, driving those knees, pushing off the floor. I'm gonna slow it down, kind of get into a rhythm. This is gonna be my rest period throughout. I'm gonna come back to a low phase. I'm gonna reach back up to that high phase for 15 seconds. Recovery will be 45 seconds. We'll go all out for 15. Step off, 45-second recovery. Let the treadmill come to a slow pause. And once again, biggest thing we're looking for here is resetting the system. Trying to get my heart rate and my breathing down as fast as I can so I can be ready to repeat that maximal effort. I like big breaths in through the nose, big exhales. Main goal here is not just a passive recovery of just waiting 45 seconds, but getting that heart rate down, getting ready to repeat that effort. We're gonna pick up the speed a little bit on this one too. Here we go. After we hit the prescribed amount of reps on that flat sprint, we're gonna go up to an incline. My treadmill goes up to a 12 incline, so that's what we're gonna start with. That incline is gonna force us to be a little bit more on the balls of our feet, really drive those front side mechanics of hip flexion, driving that knee up. Also make sure we're keeping our hips forward, not letting those hips droop back. Everything's driving forward, front side mechanics, driving that knee up, driving those toes up. Give this workout a try, tell me how you feel.